My name is Amyna.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Elizabeth. And we're with us in Underground, and we're going to teach you how to make this beautiful thing right here. This is chocolate mocha pie. It's going to take about 2 hours-ish or so, maybe a little bit more if you've never made it before. Make the pie crust by crushing a lot of the graham cracker pieces together with butter and with cinnamon and sugar. You're going to want to make sure it's sealed very tightly with a Ziploc bag because you don't want it to spill out because that's really not be good. So, alright, if you have a food processor, it's not as fun, but it's a lot quicker. I am too poor, I don't have a food processor, but use a blender if you have one. I prefer this one. Well, I'm going to make sure it's completely finely ground. You don't want too many chunks left over. It'll just make it really hard to spread that to the crust. Next, we're going to just take the 6 tablespoons of butter and we're going to melt it in the microwave. So now that the butter's melted, you're going to pour it in here. Carefully, don't spill it. Just gonna mush it until it turns into a nice evenly coated mix. Okay, now that you have pie material all nice and mushed and mixed up and ready to go, you're gonna pour it in the pie pan. So you're gonna get your hands a little dirty. That's okay. I mean, I know that some people might want to skip out on the butter because they want to make it a little fat or something. Don't do that. I don't. But you're going to need the butter. The butter's there for a reason. You're going to need to make sure the graham crackers cook well and it'll hold its shape. Otherwise, it'll be crumbly and it won't stay. Sure, it's nice and firm and patted down. When we finish, you're just going to stick it in the fridge. You're going to refrigerate it for a little while and make a little bit of space. And we're going to crack the egg. Okay, so we're kind of scooping out the egg yolks and separating it into a separate bowl. We're going to mix in the 1/4 cup cornstarch with the with the 1/2 cup sugar and the egg yolk, 4 egg yolks that we had set aside. Salt, so I like to just eyeball it again. I really don't care about my specifically. I say this is about a teaspoon. It works. So 3/4 of this, so about like that much will be fine. Whisk it. Just gonna kind of blend it. Get a saucepan and we're gonna measure the milk. Medium. We're gonna get about a tablespoon or so-ish of the espresso powder. So I use that much. And you're just gonna let it kind of simmer in there. I'm gonna get some help from Jenny here, and she's going to pour the espresso mixture little by little into the pan. That's all. I'm gonna mix really fast so that the eggs don't curdle. Come on. We're gonna take this mixture that we just made and we're gonna pour it back into the saucepan. I have it on medium. You don't want it too high. Or we're gonna let it kind of hang out for a while and cook. And we're gonna stir it constantly while it's doing that. It's gotten nice and gelatinous. So now what we're gonna do is add the chocolate. Slowly pour the chocolate in, break it into little pieces to help melt it. And we're gonna mix that until it's nice and incorporated. What we're gonna do is take it off of the heat, and we're gonna take out our crust that we made earlier. We're gonna start pouring it in to the crust. We're gonna pour it in here. We're gonna take a little bit of the saran wrap and we're gonna put it on top and smooth it over. Let this refrigerate now. We're going to take a cup of heavy cream, 3 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar. So we're just kind of eyeballing with a tablespoon. Okay, so we're going to need a half teaspoon of espresso powder. You don't want to put too much, otherwise, unless you have a caffeine addict for a friend like me. And then we're going to need a teaspoon of vanilla. So we've mixed everything and we're going to just whisk it. So once we get the little peaks to form in here, like this, then you know it's kind of done and ready to go. So now we're going to just take this pie out. We left the pie in here for a good hour or so. We're going to unwrap this. It's a little lopsided, but that's okay. And now we're going to take this whipped topping that we've made. Spread it everywhere. Put it around, make sure it goes everywhere. Looks good. Okay. I'm just going to pour. I do this for garnish. Make a little star. And we are ready to go. We made our pie. We have pie. We have pie. The first bite. Dude, it looks so good.
It's really good.
Woo!
So this is like dark chocolate. The crust is really good. Doesn't taste too cinnamony.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamony.
You enjoyed this great cooking lesson. As you can see, it was delicious. To make chocolate mocha pie with Elizabeth, with Jenny, with me, Amyna. We're with Austin Underground, and bon appetit, guys.